How you guys doing? What's that? Camera? Yeah, it's camera, the microphone, the whole big thing. Say hello. So I should probably explain where we're going today. We are going to Oneonta, New York. Oneonta. Oneonta, New York is my old college town. Those of you who followed me for a while probably already know that from an earlier video that I can link here if I think of it. Oneonta was your archetypal, tiny little kind of rural college town. So today I'm performing for the second year in a row at the SUNY Oneonta Alumni Association's annual reunion weekend. And I'm driving up a couple of hours early so that I have time to take you around and show you a little bit of the college town that I spent 4 years of my life in. So some of the really formative years, the really, crucial years of my life where I was discovering who I was and who I wanted to be and who I didn't want to be. And first, as soon as we get in town, the first thing we're doing is we're going right to my favorite restaurant, which is called The Depot. Made it to The Depot. I am so excited. I used to go here every single Friday with my buddy Will. We would meet up here Friday after classes were done, get a beer, get some wings, and just talk about the world and girls and classes and problems and our futures. I really hope it's open, actually. I see a car in the parking lot, but there's nobody else here. It's a weird time, though. It's like 3:15 on a Friday. So, hey, it's a Friday. This is actually roughly the time we used to come here, so it should be open. Let's go in. Mind if I sit back here?
Absolutely. Get some sunshine while it lasts.
All right.
You got it. Is that going to do it for you?
Yes.
I'll put that right in.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. This place hasn't changed at all. It's amazing. I'm so excited to get these wings, but just even without the wings, even if I was just sitting in here, I'm just sitting in here and it's bringing back all those college memories, all those good old days. Friends lost, relationships had, relationships lost, classes, tests, and things to study for. And what this place really reminds me of is dreaming about the future. I remember sitting in here with Will and just talking about what we wanted out of life and things that we imagined for ourselves, and I could have never imagined my life would end up being exactly what I always wanted it to be. I remember senior year sitting in here and telling him I was going to try to make it as a magician instead of going to grad school, and just thinking, but there's no way, it's just a pipe dream, that's not really going to happen. But it really did happen, and it's So this is it. This is downtown Oneonta. I've showed you guys this before when I've been in town. They're closing everything down now for alumni weekend, and I'm guessing all these people that are giving me weird looks are also here for alumni weekend. That's what I'm looking for.
Flavored, and there was like chunks of fruit at the bottom.
It's funny when you come back to your old college town, all the stuff you remember, it's a lot grungier than you remember it. A lot more run down. It's got a lot of character, this place. I always liked it here, so. You get a lot more looks for walking around with a big huge camera on a stick with a microphone when you're in a small town than you do when you're... Say hello. Even though you get looks, everybody's harmless. You get looks because they're curious. I say, what is that? What are you doing? They don't see something like this around here very often. Okay, see this house right here, right there? That's where I lived for the last 2 years of college. And as I was just driving by it, I couldn't believe how ratty and run down it was. I guess none of us ever really cared about that. We were just so excited to be off campus and have our own place. And as you might notice, this is a one-way street. And it's a one-way street that you have to park on the left. So for all the years that I was in college, I got used to parallel parking on the on the left side of the road. And when I got out, graduated college, got out in the real world, I couldn't believe the first time I had to parallel park on the normal side of the road, the right side of the road. It totally threw me off. Okay, detour over, off to campus. Got about 15 minutes to quickly show you a few things before I gotta head in. And Fitzel Hall is where I spent most of my time at Oneonta. Now, this building, a couple of years after I graduated, was completely knocked down and built from scratch. So the building you see behind me, this beautiful building, I never went into that building while I was a student here. It's completely brand new. So even though it's exciting to be here, there's not a whole lot of nostalgia for me. Now that is where I want to go, but I can't figure out how to get there with all this construction going on. They've got the sidewalk roped off. Let me see if this building is open. Okay. Wow, they redid this completely. This is the quad, or at least it was the quad. This is beautiful now. So if you didn't really have a chance to read that, that's okay. These are the pillars at Oneonta. They're famous because when you first start out as a freshman, they have you all walk from up there and come down through the pillars and onto the lawn. That's back behind me, and it's a tradition that's been going on for a long time in Oneonta. And then when you graduate, you pass through the pillars again. It's actually a really, really cool tradition. You know, you don't appreciate when you're a student. Everything feels kind of cheesy, and now you look back on it, it's pretty cool. But I am now spending too much time doing this, running a bit late now, so I need to head back to the car, head into the Union, find my contacts, say hello, get my stuff, get changed, and get ready to start strolling in under an hour. So this ballroom right here behind me, this is where I opened for almost every comedian and entertainer for 4 years while I was a student, and that's how I developed my act and eventually became a college campus entertainer. But this room over here, this is the room that we held all of our philosophy club meetings when I was the president, so this whole building is very exciting to me. There's one more part of this building that I want to show you. Down there, right past the detours. So I guess that's my only option. The campus is so much more beautiful than when I went to school here. I can't believe it. The lighting's miserable in here, but I'll just say real quick that I just met a bunch of the alums, some older folks that are about to go in there. I'm about to perform for. They're so awesome, so great, enthusiastic and nice and kind, and that was always my experience at Oneonta, and so I'm really excited, and I have to get ready and get in there now.
What company is nicknamed Big Brown? UPS, very good, come on up.
Everything went fantastic. Really, really nice people. I ran into people that I knew from when I was there, which I didn't expect. You know, most of the people that come to a college reunion weekend are older. A lot of people from last year that remembered me, that were so excited that I was back. They said we were wondering if you were gonna be out. Anyway, absolutely fantastic, but I gotta book it out of here because I have an early show tomorrow morning in Connecticut, so I'm driving 3 hours straight back to Connecticut right now. I spent all night performing while having to basically yell over the DJ, and that means my voice, little hoarse. 2 more shows to get through this weekend, so I gotta stop talking and rest my voice, and that means that's it for me. Thanks so much for watching, and always remember that our world is a shared experience. Have a great night, guys. Right here behind me is where we all sat at my college graduation. From 2 different sides of my family lined up a bunch of tables here, and we all ate together. 2 different sides of my family with so many people, relatives that hadn't talked in years and didn't really get along. Everybody had a great time, everybody talked, everybody got along, and so that's another cool memory from this place.